Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, as I will now call myself, which is my in-game name. And I've decided to do a quick overview of what's in 2.2. Now, this is 2.2, the build, which is now on 2.2.h. So there's been quite a lot of iterations since it first came out. Let me just grab that, because this is new. But we'll start off with looking at what's new, and then looking at maybe what we can expect in 2.2, the live build. Potentially when it could drop, which is still unknown, unfortunately, so it's purely speculation. And just all the other benefits that come with it. Now, the first benefit, which you will all know about, is the saber, which is now flight ready. I've done a separate video on it altogether, so you can go and watch that if you want to know exactly what the saber is about and what you can do with it. The Giant Scout, obviously, is a new one as well. If I can press my button. So, yeah, there's a Giant Scout in hangar, which hopefully sooner or later will come to flight ready. Shouldn't be too long, mind. Yeah, one of the other things that is kind of cool for H and H alone, or 2.2H, is that they've upped the amount of people. Now, for the 2.2, they upped it to 24 people, but still 16 ships. And it was more of a test bed. You know, if all else fails, then they'll reduce it to 16 again. But it seems it's working very well. So they've upped it now to 24 ships as well as 24 people, which is just incredible. That hasn't changed. That still clips through the weapon. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't any issues with it. There is obviously missing a wing, but there are some issues with the party system, not the party system, the 24 system. When it was 16 ships and 24 players, if you had the 16th ship requested, man, that's loud, then someone else's ship would just disappear. Like, literally while you're flying it, it would just completely disappear and you would be without a ship. So hopefully this has now changed with it being 24 ships now. Hopefully they've adjusted that and fixed that bug. We will see. The party system does seem a hell of a lot better. It used to, obviously people used to struggle to get in. Now it seems it tells you exactly how many people are in an instance, how many slots are available, and it will keep you, if your game crashes, it will put you straight back into it again. So it does seem to be a lot more robust. Also, the FPS I'm getting seems to be a lot better. At the moment, it's about 31. But at moments when there's no ships around, you seem to get around 50, potentially even 60 at some times. So it seems like their optimizing has worked and paid off dividends because, as I say, it's a lot smoother. Shit, my flying has not changed. EVA has now changed to physicalized EVA, which I know they dropped this in a while ago and it did not work. Now, I'm very impressed. And he tucks his legs in. He moves himself properly. It's now based on center of mass. Probably shouldn't have pressed that. Where you will rotate on the center rather than your feet, which was the problem before. He also touches things on the side, like he'll push himself off on occasion and sort of react with the environment. But if you watch his legs, he'll tuck them in when you go too close to the ground. Now, if you go too close, then he will sort of jerk forwards. And it is a bit weird at times when you're in first person. I'll try and get an example. Where if you don't go high enough, your head will bounce around a bit. Which, to be honest, would actually be quite realistic. And it doesn't seem to do it too bad. So where's this? Now this is the L86 ballistic pistol, if I can get it out. There it is. That sounds very nice. Can't seem to reload. But compared to your laser pistol, it's nice to have that. That's the first time, actually, I've been recording this. First time I've ever had this pistol. It randomly spawns within your... where's it gone? Bring it back. Within your easy hab. So if it hasn't, then it means you're not getting it this round. And that's the only way to get it at the moment, I believe. Although it's not really working too well to bring it out. now I've run out of ammo. Oh, I was too eager. But it's very cool. I'm hoping I don't have to press all these things in order to get to the other weapon, because there's another assault rifle, which is the energy assault rifle, which is very, very cool. Let me just upload this, and hopefully that'll trigger it. So there's 3 different weapons at the moment. Well, 4 different weapons. You've got your laser pistol, now the LH-86 ballistic pistol, the P4 AR that we know of, and hopefully it'll be there. That was an example of when the EVA bounces you around, but I assume that's because I hit the ground going too fast. Come on, please work. There we go. Now here is the new one, look. Again, the grabbing of the weapon is a bit buggy, but as weapons go, I think this is probably one of the best. Oh, there goes someone. Shall we shoot him? Okay, it's not as good as the PR4. The P4. So, as I didn't get to show it last time, one of the other benefits to the new EVA system is boost. Now, if you hold down shift, you'll hear this kick in. And you actually travel pretty fast. So all this time when you've spent trying to get over from one port to the next, not that you actually need to now, because it seems the ports spawn the ships when they're supposed to, but you can get quite a good speed going. Oh boy. Should probably look where I'm going. Right. Try that again. Now the EVA sounds have actually changed as well. As you can hear, it's no longer the silly tufts of air that blow out. Circling sound is different to your forward thrusters. And it sounds very nice. But when you engage the boost, you can hear it. Gives this cool sort of stormy weather sound. And you get across these platforms much quicker than you used to. That's way faster. Oh, am I going to avoid it? No. Luckily, you don't take damage too much. Now, one of the major updates to 2.2 will be the reputation system, which consists of 5 degrees of bounty. So the first level of bounty is what you get when you maybe crash into the ships. You turn off the comm arrays, which can now be turned on and off. And then I think you get it to level 2 by killing players. And all this has to be done. If you look in the top left-hand corner, you've got the little sort of radar beacon with the Wi-Fi and the Armistice no weapons zone. Now, what this little beacon means is that if you are in an area with that symbol, and you commit a crime or something like a grieving against a player, then it will put out a bounty on your head. As you can see, it's just disappeared because this comm array is off, and there are pirates here. So we'll need to take these out first. There we go. That took a bit longer than I'd anticipated. So if we go and turn this on now, what it'll do is it'll bring up the communication array around here, and any unlawful crime that is committed within this area or within range of this comm will now be recorded and will be punished. Oh, Jesus. So as you can see, the little comm array beacon in the top left-hand corner has switched on again. So now anytime anyone commits a crime, they'll be reported. So if I was to turn this off, that would give me the first bounty level, which is level 1. Now, this means that anyone who fires upon me, even in a lawful area, or a UEE policed area, well, it's not UEE police, it's Crusader security, then I will, it's fair game, basically. I'm fair game to be shot at. Now, if someone gets to level 5 and you kill them, then you will get an ATT rifle as a reward. But again, it's not persistent, so you'll lose it if you have to respawn. Well, if you have to restart the game. But if I wanted to try and go a bit further with this and take out the police and security and other players, then I will increase my level. But there's one way to get rid of this, and it's either to wait 10... There's two ways. It's either to wait 10 minutes for your level to reduce, in which you are obviously still fair game, or head to Security Post Korea. Now you can see there's someone here, which, if they're going to try and attack me, they would be more than welcome to. Even though this is not a policed area. So you can attack people here without any punishment. So what I must do is go inside, and in the main security room, or the main sort of central area of this station, there are a lot of different panels and screens and so forth, and what you have to do is you have to click them. Now the intention, I believe, was for you to click them and have to wait a minute and defend it for a minute, but it seems that it doesn't have a time scale. Last time I was here, it just took it off straight away, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully there's no one else here. Probably get a rifle first. Might be a better idea. Fortunately, the control or the animation to pick up a rifle is not quite in yet. As you can see, there's no one here. So if I press this now, I'm hoping it'll reduce. I think I have to wait for it. So maybe I do have to wait. Maybe they've brought in the time scale. So I'm hacking the system. I don't know if it tells people that I'm hacking the system or not, but if it does, then I'm sure I'll have company. Hopefully they're not going to come down. There you go. I've hacked it, and I'm now no crime stat at all. But yeah, and you can do this with any level. I think it may take a little longer if you've got a level 5, and also if you respawn with a wanted level, then you'll have to wait for 30 seconds before you can exit your easy hub. Now, if you are level 1, it'll take 30 seconds. If you're level 2, it'll take a minute, and then for each level, another 30 seconds added on top of that. A very first iteration, they say, of this system, but in my opinion, it works very well. Someone patrolling. It is interesting. It's a shame that if you have a level 1 bounty, it doesn't seem to tell anyone that you've got a level 1. It's only when you get to level 5 that it becomes a mission in order to, oh boy, in order to kill them. But anyway, that's the bounty system. Okay, so the final thing I wanted to show, which unfortunately involves a holo table, is the new power plants and coolers. Now, unfortunately, they're not all in properly, you know, the pictures of them. But like with the Saber, if you can find it, there we are. It has, I think it's 3 power plants. Now, these can all be swapped out. If you have a look there, it says power output per second is 1200. Active EM signature, electromagnetic signature is 600. Now, each of these has a different output and EM. So, obviously, the amount of power it can output compared to how much signature you'll be giving out is sort of balanced. Again, it seems like the first iteration. I haven't noticed much of a difference probably because there's not really that much of a difference within each thing. But you can swap one out and swap one in again. And the same goes for coolers. So they've got those in. And I'll show you a couple of pictures. They are in the subscriber vault for components. So I'll only show you a couple because it wouldn't be fair to the subscribers if I showed you them all. But here are the coolers as well. And these are all interchangeable. If we got it all, there's probably a few more. But these ones I can't fit in because they're size 2. And I think these are only size 1s. So you can play around with them and see if there's a big difference, see if there's any difference at all. Again, I have not really noticed too much. I'm sure it will have an effect somewhere down the line. But it's nice to know that the components are coming in, because when you look at these concept pictures of the components, it's going to be one heck of a gameplay for repair and all this sort of stuff. So very exciting. But that's pretty much 2.2. It looks like they may be keeping the 24 players and hopefully the 24 ships in when they release it to the live build. All seems to be going well so far. I may have left on my FPS recording in the top corner. We'll just say I did this to show you how much FPS I'm getting, which is a lot better than it used to be. Like, I mean, I was getting 80 in Crusader, so it's definitely improving. There are some server-side crashing, unfortunately, and probably client-side crashing as well, which is a bit of a nightmare, but it's getting fixed every time there's a new update. They're patching quick. We're now on to J, which during this recording of this video, I've been through 2 or 3 patches already just in the space of them releasing them. So fingers crossed it'll all be working smooth and we'll have 2.2 for everyone soon. Tell me your thoughts. Are you excited for 2.2? I know I am. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye.